Yes. Please stand. We're on page 2. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, alecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. ואני ברוב חסדך אבוא ביתך אשתחווה אליך על קודשך ביראתך מה טובו עליך יעקב, עליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו עליך יעקב, עליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. ואני תפילתי לך, אדוני את רצון. אלוהים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טובו עליך יעקב, עליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו עליך יעקב, עליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. Please be seated. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom and welcome KLS and welcome to all of you watching us online today for this family service. So every month we have a special service for our families here at KLS, and it will be led by our students and our parents. We are on page 3.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for eyes to see.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for clothes to wear.
A little bit louder and a bit slower.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for the joy of freedom.
Nice and loud.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for the power to rise.
There, you've got a step.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for providing all our needs.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for daily renewing our strength.
We praise
Step up here so they can hear you. Nice and loud. Face this way.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, for the blessing of sleep and the privilege for waking to a new day.
We're on page 4.
Beth, you'll need to come up here. 'Cause you, yeah, please. I don't think you need the step.
Here, just this one. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam baruch hu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam hamhulal b'fi amu meshibach umefa'ar bilshon chasidav v'avadav.
V'shivachot u'v'zimirot. Oh my God. Nedalecha v'namlichecha malkeinu yachid chei ha'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai melech mehulal v'tishbachot.
And you're right, it's about God. So
Sorry.
Page 4. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי יסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, זמר לשמך עליון. כי שימתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד המקום מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. On page 5.
Do I say please stand?
You can.
Please stand. Yishtabach Shimcha La'ad Malkeinu, Ha'el Hamelech Hagadol V'Hakadosh B'Shamayim U'Va'aretz. Ki Lecha Na'eh Adonai Eloheinu V'Elahei Avotenu V'Imotenu. Shlir U'Shvacha Halel V'Zimra Barachot V'Hodaot Me'ata V'Ad Olam. Baruch
אתה אדוני הבוחר בשירי זמרה. לילה 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 ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד. המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד. Please be seated.
You can come up with your hands. Leo, do you want to come and join Mummy? You can stand up here. There's a stair. You stay there.
We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, Maker of light and Creator of darkness, Author of peace and Creator of all things. In your mercy you give light to the earth and all who live on it, and in your goodness you renew creation continually day by day. How manifold are your works, O God, with wisdom have you made them all. The world is full of your creations. Your handiwork proclaims your praise, the radiant stars bear witness to your glory. We praise you, O God, creator of light.
Are we singing?
No. It's in the evening.
Sorry?
Have we done the both?
Did I skip that?
I think there's a second blessing.
Oh, yes, we did. My mistake. I was just so keen I skipped ahead. Stefka, sorry.
Okay. So we move to 11.
Great is your love for us, eternal God, and abundant your compassion. Our ancestors trusted in you, and you taught them the law of life. So be gracious to us and teach us. Incline our hearts to hear your words, to know and understand, to learn and teach, and with love to uphold the truths of your Torah. Enlighten us with your teaching. Make us faithful to your commandments and wholehearted in the love and awe of your name. For in love you summon us to serve you and proclaim your unity.
We praise you, O God. In love you have called the people Israel to serve you. We're on page 7. Please stand. And we wish Sandra a refuah shlema, because I see that you are at home with a cold, so I hope it's going to get better for you very soon. Shema Israel on page 7. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשורבך ובקומך, וגשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated.
If you can, yeah, of course you can.
I'll just do half.
Of course you can.
Good and beautiful and truth, sound established, and enduring are the words, now and forever. The everlasting God is sovereign, the rock of Jacob, the shield of salvation. Adonai Eloheinu umi beit avadim peditanu Moshe Miriam uvnei Yisrael lecha anushira basim shach rabah va'amru kulam.
I'm wedding in the velvet sea, oh, oh. I'm wedding in the velvet sea, oh, oh. I'm wedding in the velvet sea, oh, oh. I'm wedding in the mi hamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norat tehilot O sefele norat tehilot O sefele. I'm wedding in the velvet sea, whoa, whoa. I'm wedding in the velvet sea, whoa, whoa. I'm wedding in the velvet sea, whoa, whoa. I've been wedding in the sea.
The redeemed sang a new song to your name at the shore of the sea. Saved from destruction, they acknowledge your sovereign power by saying,
Adonai yimlo leolam vaed Tzur Yisrael kuma bezrat Yisrael Goaleinu Adonai tzevaot shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Ata Adonai Gal Yisrael Gal Yisrael Israel. On page 10, please stand. שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Do you ever read?
and then if we can all read together in Hebrew.
Yeah. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכה חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה המתים.
We sanctify your name on earth as in the prophet's vision. The hosts of heaven sing your praise above, for so it is written.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz kevodo. God's glory fills the universe. Baruch kevod Adonai mimekomo.
From your concealment, majestic one, reveal yourself and rule over us, for you are our hope.
Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Tzion, ledov ador. Hallelujah.
From generation to generation we will make known your greatness. To the end of time we will proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O our God, shall never depart from our lips.
We
Baruch
praise you.
atah Adonai Eloheinu. Oh, sorry. Yes. Please be seated.
Ledov ador, nagid God lecha, ulenetzach netzachim kedushatcha nagdish. Ledov ador, nagid God lecha, ulenetzach netzachim kedushatcha nagdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush leolam va'ed, leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai. Right. Yismechu, page 12. So we sing Yismechu first.
Okay.
You know, you can stay there. Yeah. Let's sing together Yismechu b'malchutcha. Yismechu b'malchutcha, Yismechu b'malchutcha, shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg, המקדשי שביעי, המקדשי שביעי, כולה יספרו וינתנגו מטובך, והשביעי, והשביעי, רצית בו וקידשתו, חמדת ימים, חמדת ימים, אותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית.
Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight.
Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your salvation and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. Praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives, which are in your hand, for our souls, which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night.
We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due. So neither Rebecca and I know Nasim Shalom, so we're going to sing Sim Shalom, the traditional one which is sung at the end of the Amidah. So I just wanted to let you know that Tammy is unwell, so we also send Tammy refuah shlema, and we hope that you'll feel better soon. I think it's this time of the year when we have all these bugs going around, which thankfully are not necessarily COVID, but just the regular autumn bugs that, we still have them. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim, sim shalom, tova uvracha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha. Aleinu ve'al kol Israel, Aleinu ve'al kol Israel, Amecha, sim shalom, tova uvracha, sim shalom, tova uvracha. And at the end of the Amidah, we usually take a few moments for private prayer, meditations, and just to let our minds wander around, just to catch the atmosphere of the moment and the energy that we have here in this synagogue, hopefully at home as well. I'm sure you can feel it as well. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי Shalom bimromav, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל בני אדם. Thank you, Rebecca, for stepping in last minute. And it's really good. Thank you. And thank you, Caroline, for organizing the service. And thank you, readers, for coming up to the bima and lead us. So now it's the moment of the Torah service, which is on page 15. And I will go on the other bima because it's bigger and we have more space for the whole spiel. So I guess you've organized also the mitzvah, so I don't need to think of. Do you remember which?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember which mitzvah you're doing? Huh? Good. So what I found is actually when you sit in the school, it's best to go there because then you can put the jingly. Okay. Assemble the people, the men and the women and the children, and the strangers in your cities to hear and learn, to revere the Eternal One your God, and observe faithfully all the precepts of His Torah. And let their children who do not know yet know it hear, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere the Eternal One your God. Please stand. את שמך ולבוש Please be seated. What's the first word of Torah? Bereshit. Bereshit. And what does Bereshit mean? What does it mean? Okay, so we have already a big problem here because Bereshit means in a beginning, not in the beginning. Otherwise, how would you, for those who know Hebrew, how would you say? Yeah, Bereshit. Bereshit, oh gosh. So we have already an issue with the first word. And I guess Jews, when we read the first word, they should have said, oh my God, this is going to be hard work. So let's forget about it. So Bereshit in beginning, whatever, bara Elohim, and bara means to create, and it's a verb that is only used for God. We don't bara, we don't bore, we don't create like God. We fashion, we form, we do things, but it's only God who creates. So how many days? And I will talk to you later about specifically the days. Okay, 7. Okay, is it, everybody agrees with Eva? No? 6. Okay, 6, 7, haha. Second problem we have, or that's the start of a long list of discussion. So, 6 or 7? Who is wrong?
It's going to be 9 one is wrong, isn't it?
Actually, they're all right. Because the whole process started on the first day and finished on the 6th day when God finished, creating. Who was created at the end? Right at the end. Yes? Adam. So really at the end. Even before the worms, after the worms. So the worms were created before the human beings. So that means we're very, very, just at the end of the list. But the last day, what happened on the last day? Yes? Yes. Yes, we all go to, I mean, God went to sleep because he was really tired, obviously. Yeah, you imagine creating the whole universe and it's 6 days. So, of course, yes, Vince.
The number of days is closer to 500,000 because the work hasn't finished yet. It's up to us to complete the work.
Absolutely, very good. So it's not finished. And there is actually a very nice passage in the Mishnah, Lo alecha amlacha ligmor. Do you know this song? Lo alecha amlacha ligmor. Lo alecha ligmor. So I'm going to teach you this to Beiteinu next time. It means you don't need to finish everything. You don't need to complete the work. But you can't withdraw from it. You have to be part of it. And Vince is right. Creation is still ongoing because we are God's partners. And the creation is continually, it's a process that continues. Every day, every child which comes into this world is a new element to the creation. Anytime you paint, you do a painting is a creation. So creation is not over. So something happened on the 7th day, which, think about, I mean, if you're God, I don't know, I'm not God, so I can't really talk from experience, but imagine if you're God, are you tired? Have you heard about the tired God? It's a bit weird, If you're God, you're never tired. Oh, well, let's do it. So why do you think there was this 7th day? Is it for God? Eva? It's the Holy Shabbat. And the 7th day, is it for God? It's for us, exactly. There's a very interesting teaching. You have to stop working sometime. You can't be all the time doing. You have to stop. And believe me, as you get older, so you have one day and then you add a second day because, you're a bit more tired, and a third day because you're even a bit more tired. But you have to stop sometime. So later on, I will talk to you about the creation itself. So just here, before I finish, it says 6 days of creation, 7th day of rest. We know that the world has been created over, there was a big bang and all these things. So it's not about finding what really happened at the creation of the world, because first of all, nobody was fair, so we can't say. But it's more about the teaching. It's more about what happens during this process. I don't know how many people still believe that the world was created 5,782 years ago. Gosh, and in 6 days, but what's important is what we can learn from the story. Like when your parents tell you a story, a bedtime story, when you have bears talking. Nobody ever saw a bear talking. It doesn't matter if it really happened, but the story tells you something. So that's what really matters. The stories are very, very good for that. Okay. Oh, Daniel, good. So we have here. So I will just read the first few days. I'm not going to read everything. Okay, please go on.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'cha banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim. No, stay here, Daniel, please. You have to say a blessing after. You have to. So now when sorry, my mistake. So forget what I said. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'haaretz. הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושר על פני תהום ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור ויהי אור וירא אלוהים את האור כי טוב ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך ויקרא אלוהים לאור יום ולחושך קרא לילה ויערב ויבוקר יום אחד. So that's the day number 1, and I'm talking under the scrutiny of Dominic here. Day number 1. Yeah, please come on. Yeah. So, So, Bereshit bara Elohim, so it's very cleverly created when God began to create heaven and earth. So they don't take any stand on that. So when God began to create heaven and earth, the earth being unformed and void, tohu vavohu. You don't have this word in English, tohu vavohu, because in French we use tohu bohu to means big mess. Do you remember that? Oh, eize tohu. No, but not eize. But what a tohu bohu? So we say that in French. So, and people don't know that actually comes from the Bible. So the earth was unformed, void, with darkness over the surface of the deep, and a wind from God sweeping over the water. I'll be waiting in the velvet. It's not this one, but it's the same idea. You can imagine, God, sweeping over water, being content of God's self, alone, nobody to bother him. God said, let there be light. And there was light. Light, huh? Okay. So first act of creation is light. God saw that the light was good. This adjective comes very often in the creation. Everything is good. God is very happy with his creation. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. So you have light and you have darkness. God called the light. How do you call the light? Oh, yes, so in Hebrew, okay. But what's the name? What's light? Day. And the darkness, God called night, Laila. Oh, Yom v'Laila. Yom is day, Laila is night. And there was an evening, and there was a morning, day number 1, creation of a time. So very interesting because, remember, I don't know for those who came to the Bar Mitzvah and Kabbalat Torah class earlier, we talked about that. Why do we start a Jewish day in the evening? Yes, Eva? Oh, you have to speak louder. I'm completely deaf. I'm old now. Eva? No? Okay. Why?
Sadly, you were in the class. What was said?
Yeah. Yeah, it starts in the evening. Vayi erev, and there was an evening. Vayi boker, and there was a morning. They didn't have a sense of 24 hours. As I said this morning, it's 12 o'clock now. Noon, it doesn't change, it's always light. But in the evening, 6 o'clock can be complete darkness, at 6 o'clock can be complete light. Okay.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. יישר כוח. Sorry.
Can we not just have a look at the scroll?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Beiteinu, please can you come up to have a look at the scrolls and to see how it starts? And if you haven't seen the scroll so far, please come up as well. So can you see it? You see the Beit is really big, and that's the start of the Torah. The Beit is here and it's bigger. And if you look, the Beit is closed on three sides, and it's open on the fourth side. So it's like Beit. Do you know what Beit means in Hebrew? Do you remember? Beiteinu. What does Beiteinu mean?
Class.
It's not class. No, Beiteinu is not class. Beiteinu means our house. So a Beit is a house, and from this house you have all the words of Torah coming out. And then that's the first day. Then you have the second, you have the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and Vayechulu HaShamayim, what we sing on Friday evening. When we do the Kiddush on the Friday evening, we sing Vayechulu HaShamayim V'aretz V'chol Sevaham, and that comes from here, and that's the seventh day. Okay. Oh gosh, you've got strong arms, huh?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go down.
Brilliant. So now you
The very beginning, because you're not going to see the very beginning, because it's all going to be scrolled up.
yeah, we almost never see it. Once a year.
Once a year.
So you know those of you that made Torah scrolls in the class this morning?
And we colored in for Simchat Torah. Beginning of the Torah.
Yeah, she did. She rolled it. So they did.
Oh, that's it.
Scrolls and
Oh, lovely. It's a very precious object. It takes a year to write an entire scroll. You've got an arm on the left.
Don't, you're going to hurt my arm.
You know what? I'm impressive because I'm aware of the time now. So we're holding the scroll in this part of a...
I think Sarah and Rachel, and then we've got my two dresses.
Okay. So the two scroll dressers take this.
And you take them?
Yeah.
You take those? Take it?
Good.
Do you want to, can you reach it off over the top?
And I really, it's live, it's very live. So where's our musician? Gosh, yes, live streaming. People say, oh, these people at KLS were not serious at all. Huh?
What do you want me?
I don't know, actually, to be honest. Al Shlosha Devarim. שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים. Do we have reader for that or not? Do we have readers for this place? Okay. But, so, no, not yet. Sorry, I should have. Okay, I will let you know when to open it. Yes. Page, okay, page 18. Where does it come from? Okay, maybe you want to stand here. No, it's not you, it's me.
Eternal God.
Stand. Lazy congregation, please stand.
Eternal God, whose dominion has embraced the universe, we ask your blessing for all the royal family, for those who govern our country, all who influence the quality of its national life. Make them conscious of their responsibility and teach them to exercise it in accordance with your will. May you all help to fashion in this country a society that excels in freedom and justice, tolerance and compassion, so that it may be a force for righteousness and peace in the life of humanity.
It's fine.
May the one who blessed our ancestors bless our brothers and sisters of the house of Israel, who enter synagogues to pray and to give aid and those in need. May the Holy One to whom all praise is due hear their prayers and help them fulfill their aspirations for good.
Is it tall enough for you? Because we have another one. I don't know. It's okay?
Pop it up here.
Okay, good.
Eternal God, our rock and redeemer, grant blessing to the state of Israel, created to fulfill an age-old dream and be a haven for oppressed. Inspire its leaders and citizens with faithfulness to the aims of its founders, to develop the land for the benefit of all its inhabitants, and to implement the prophetic ideals of liberty and justice. May they live in harmony with one another and in peace with their neighbors, and cause come true once more the ancient vision.
כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. Can I have my arm openers, please? Please be seated. So I need. So I would ask Beiteinu, because I've prepared something for you, but you need to get closer to me. Could you just sit there between the two lines? And for those who are on the side, you won't see anything, so if you want to have a look, you wouldn't have to move. Can you sit between the two lines, please? On the floor, yes.
Can't sit right on the floor.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you can hear people down. Okay, I can show you if you. So these are the 7 days of creation, and the job will be now to think about the order, if it was clever or not, if they can want to do it another way. Okay, so we talked about, I read from you from the scroll. Just make sure it doesn't fall off. Yes, okay. So, 7 days. Can you read with me the Hebrew? Yom Echad. So Echad means one, okay? Then we have Yom Sheni. Sheni is 2. Yom Shlishi. Shalosh. Shlishi means 3. Then we have here Yom, so it's a longer word. Revi'i. Revi'i means 4. Then we have Yom Chamishi, 5. Yom HaShishi, Shishi, and Shesh, Shishi means 6. And the 7th day has a different name, Yom Ha. Can you recognize these words?
Some of them on the patch of it.
Yeah, you should go. It's a very important word for us. Shabbat, very, very good. Yom Shabbat. Let's do it. So, on each of the days, I put what was created on this day, and I wanted really for us to think about, was God's plan really good? Was it the right thing to do, or the right order? I really want to see you as architect of the universe, and try to find if it was really the right thing to do.
They never say create the universe. So it never says create the universe.
No, you're right. It says creating the heaven and earth. That's it. So on the first day, the time is created, Yom Echad. So light, darkness, heaven and earth. On the second day, the sky and the seas. On the third day, land and plants. I can't read, so can anyone do fourth day? Okay, the 5th day, fish, birds, and human being, Adam, yes, and the 7th day is day of rest. So, look at the order of the creation here. Do you think God would have done better than that?
Isn't it difficult if you said He's invented light before the sources of light?
Exactly. So that's an interesting point. You see, when the sun is created on the 4th day, and light is created on the 1st day. That makes no sense.
It's the light of the Big Bang.
Yes, it's the light of the Big Bang. Okay. So what would you have done? Yes. Yes, please. Okay, but you know they didn't know that. They didn't know that the sun was a star like any other stars, and not a big one actually, a middle one, not a big one. They didn't know that because for them, the people who wrote the book of Genesis, they believed that there was a kind of like a huge cloth, in the heavens with little holes, and this light that was created on the first day would go through this little hole. So for them, the light was before the sun. Okay, what else? What else? Yes. Okay, come back. Do you think the order is good? What? Okay, let's imagine you have to create the universe. And you have to put all these things together. What would you do first? Yes, Eva?
I would make the earth and the sun and the land and the sky first, so that the next day I could create all the animals, and then they would be able to fly.
Okay, yeah. So that's good. So you would create first
They're like.
where we stand before creating anything else, yes? Yeah. Yes?
I was on the day rest and the day rest and the day
Yeah, day of rest, but if you spend your time resting, you do nothing, so there's nothing is created. Okay, anyone else? Yes, please. Time. I think it's a good way to start. You have to start with time. Yes?
First I create time in the universe.
Time in the universe, okay. So do you know what's the scientific theory of the creation of the universe? Do you know how it's... Yes?
So the scientific way, I think, the universe was created by two atoms. They collided, and that force was so powerful that it created the universe.
Yes.
Big Bang.
Yes.
Two atoms collided. We've done that, and it didn't do no damage, but the force of it probably got big universe. So there'd be two atoms collided, they would collide at the same time. Maybe a big bang, or maybe like 50 atoms collided at the same time.
So yeah, this notion of Big Bang is interesting because if you think about what the Big Bang was, it was actually light, a kind of huge light, and all the universe was apparent. I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I can't really explain it properly, but what I heard somewhere is all the matter of the universe was something that big, so you can imagine how dense it was. Okay, so they're doing a Big Bang in the synagogue. Right, okay, thank you. So you see how you want to when you want to create something, you need to have a plan. You need to understand what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay? So I will leave this until the end of the service on both sides. Okay, Shabbat Shalom. Go back to your seats. Zuz. Right. So we are going to say now the Kaddish, because I can feel a certain level of tiredness among our younger congregants. So, I don't have a list of steps, I forgot. So on this Shabbat, we remember Toba Kerbel, the sister of Francis Leifer, and we also remember Shirley Sales, the mother of James Sales. Do you have any other name you'd like to remember before we say the Kaddish together?
Raphael, the
Rachel Michael Brandon Halevi. Okay. And please stand. We are on page 22, and we say the Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה, יתברר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי לקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ביחתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. ויש שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. So, I'm going to invite all Beiteinu to go under the talit for the final blessing. And I need someone tall to hold the other side. Thank you. And anyone who has a birthday in September, October.
That includes those of you that think you're too old to come under here and you're not.
Yes. All the children and birthday girls and boys.
And Sava.
And
certainly
yes,
Sava.
You are Beiteinu, your bar mitzvah, come here.
Anybody under bar mitzvah age? Absolutely. Unless you've had your birthday this month, in which case that's fine too.
Yevarech Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face shine upon you and bring you peace. And let us say, Amen. And we sing together, Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And Shabbat shalom to all of you who watch us online today. And have a nice week.